recording is on. Alright. So, previously on the GodBreaking, a grand war is being waged on the seas, and our heroes find themselves in the thick of it. Coming face to face with the fearsome Fleet Admiral Vorselin, an epic battle was waged on his capital class ship, managing to barely eke out a victory over his first form. The party was shocked to find that Vorselin was a demon in disguise. Another second battle waged, in which his necrotic damage from his tentacles took a great toll upon our party. But in that manner also, they managed to find victory. Then, with the leader of the fleet slain, the party turned to other evil creatures, rushing over to save Admiral Tridane aboard his ship. They came to blows with pirate lords Shen Lim and Mozab the Beholder. After a brief fight, Mozab was struck down, and Shen Lim fled for his life. However, in that battle, the noble Admiral Tridane was also killed, and as the party gathered around him to revive him, Antares Saber stepped in. Antares points his gun to your head, Deimos. And let me grab this sheet here real quick.
Please tell me you got a picture of Antares like blowing the Moses' head off.
Oh, that's fucked up.
We need a picture. We need a picture.
It's messed up.
Okay, so the way this works is that you are all surprised, because you are absolutely all surprised. So Antares gets a surprise round on you. You guys are standing around together over Admiral Tridane's body. Deimos, he points his gun to your head, and he pulls the trigger.
Is it an instant death or are we actually fighting?
I'm actually doing damage here. So let me see if I got this all set up here correctly. Yep. So Deimos, he pulls a trigger and shoots you in the head. Oh wait, I didn't add. 1 second here. Let me take that off. I forgot to add
In other
sneak
words, he
attack
didn't
to it.
roll enough damage, so he has to.
I forgot to
redo
add
it.
sneak attack. There you go. Your death ward kicks in, but you fall down to the ground with 1 hit point. He turns his gun then, and he points it at Ashok. And Ashok, if you were here, you would be feeling this.
Why is he attacking him?
What?
I thought he was just after Deimos. Not fair.
He fires twice at Ashok. You can see as he's pulling the trigger that his belt is glowing a bright red, and there's fiery arcane energy emanating from his gun as he fires quickly. Bang, bang. 2 times at Ashok. Then the action surges. He spins his gun around, and he points it at you, Euphemia, and he makes eye contact with you. And then he stops. And he turns
I just stare at him.
and points it at Kildrak instead. He decides he's not going to shoot you.
Is he rolling to attack, or is he just getting these shots off?
He's just getting shots off. He definitely hit you. He's a point blank range, and he'd be doing all this with advantage since you guys are surprised. If you want, I can roll it.
What does he have? A
Don't
plus
do it.
20 modifier?
It's just a plus 15.
Yeah.
Oh, just a plus.
Okay, so Kildrak, he hits you.
Gonna hit regardless.
Yeah, he's gonna hit you regardless. Alright, he fires once, and then he leaps up into the air, standing on the air above him. You see him pull the remaining 3 above you guys. You see him reach to his belt and pull the remaining 3 red cartridges from his belt, and you see him activate them in some way. He mutters a word in an infernal tongue, and they start glowing red, and he drops them to the ground in the middle of you guys, at your feet, and he dashes off into the sky. As soon as they hit the ground, he shouts, or as they're falling to the ground, you hear him shouting to you, "Murderers! Defilers! You do not deserve to be a part of this world any more than the demons do. Now I send you to your grave. But don't worry. I'll be sending the demons to join you there eventually." The cartridges hit the ground, and there's a huge explosion. I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw.
As I'm
Can I
making this
dimension door out?
dexterity,
Say what?
Can I cast Dimension Door and get out of there?
No.
as I'm making this dexterity saving throw, I'm looking at Euphemia. This is all your fault. You wanted to kill his girlfriend.
Oh, shut up.
I said let her live. No, you wanted to kill the guy's girlfriend.
You're the one that wanted to have sex with her, so I think that would have been worse.
He just wants to have sex with everybody, honestly, though.
Okay. Balanar, you save. Everyone else fails. So this is fire damage. There's a huge explosion. So you guys are gonna have to add that to yourself. You guys are gonna have to add that to yourself. Yes. So calculate it, add it to yourself.
What is that, half then?
Yes. So 27. If you're resistant to fire damage, it's 27. Everyone else takes full on 54. Add it to yourself.
So I'd take 13.
Yep.
Yep. Oh crap.
He doesn't hurt that much.
I'm dead.
Okay. There's a huge explosion. The bow of the ship actually cracks and splinters underneath the explosion. And water starts gushing onto the deck. You guys are blasted away from the ship, thrown back all over the place as debris and wood and shrapnel fly everywhere. You guys are all separated from each other right now. You're in the water. The ship actually teeters up and starts to sink.
Are we affected by the water breathing potion or scroll?
Um,
I don't remember if we used that.
Who
Yeah,
used
Kildrak
that?
used it. Kildrak did.
I used one on myself, but that's because I was drowning.
Yeah, you were over the edge of the boat when you used that.
No, I
Well,
was,
that was a
in the
waste.
water
You're-
sinking.
yeah,
when
you're
I
in the water
used it,
sinking, that's
but
right, yeah.
I used it.
Yeah, so no, the rest of you guys
That
are
was
not.
a waste.
We didn't cast it in the beginning of this battle?
No, you did not.
Oh, we suck.
Alright. So,
Our so useful dwarf that has like all the sailing experience used it on himself while he was drowning.
well, he was in the water. He kind of had to. Otherwise, he was going to sink straight to the bottom. Or die.
Good going, sailing dwarf.
So, you guys are here. Let's see here. Do I have my...
So how many of us are you guys dead?
You guys are scattered all over the place. You can look at the combat tracker
Deimos is
to
dead.
see where people's
Elwin's dead.
hit points are.
Ashok's dead.
Balanar is
So it's me,
the only one.
Kildrak, and I'm not hurt at all. I very lightly hurt, maybe.
Okay. There's this huge explosion. You guys are sent flying all over the place. You're spread out everywhere. This is of course not to scale. So right now Euphemia, this is looking like 85 feet. It's actually double that. Okay, so these are all 10-foot squares.
So, can I dimension door over to or question?
Yes.
You know the little boat thingy that we found,
Yes.
the little magical boat thing.
Yes.
Deimos has it, right?
The boat.
In my bull pocket.
Yeah, Deimos has the boat.
Is it though? Is he the only one that can use it though?
Nope, it just as long as the command word is spoken.
So is it faster if I just swim over to him?
Deimos is starting
Or
to
do I
sink like
try
a
to have
rock.
that?
Yeah.
Deimos and Kildrak
Save
are wearing heavy armor. They start going
Yeah,
down.
I can
Okay,
swim.
I'm on dimensional door, right to Deimos. Grab him, pull out the boat, and open it right under us, so it pulls us up.
Okay, so you go to
Above
the
the
boat
water.
and you utter the phrase "break the waves." I think that's what the boat phrase
So
was.
I'm gonna use my dimensional door or my spell slot here,
Okay.
which it's okay.
Alrighty, 1 second here. I had cleared out all my tokens because I thought we were done with that.
And
that
I'll
phase of the
cast
game.
healing, and I'll heal first level heal spell on Deimos
Okay,
when
1
the
second
boat
here.
hits the surface.
Okay, you cast it.
So a whole 6 points.
So you're going to teleport over to where Deimos is. And you
Yeah,
use your
and I
action
just-
to cast the boat, which is probably about that big. You jump in there.
Balanar treads water a little bit.
Balanar's treading water. Ashok is sinking. Let's see, who else? Elwin is dead. Kildrak is dead.
Well, Deimos is up, right?
Let me see here. No. Deimos is also dead.
Oh, am I dead?
Oh,
still?
he's
Okay.
dead?
Yeah.
Well, then never mind.
Dead.
Yeah, you guys are dead.
I
Like
thought
new
that was
character
gonna heal
dead?
him.
Well, as in, fail your death saving throws. That was a pretty big explosion on unconscious bodies.
Well, no,
damn it.
Euphemia just healed, like, did a healing spell on Deimos. Did that heal him?
No,
And
it did
I'm gonna
not.
say the explosion's what killed me.
Can I swim over
I
to
gotcha.
Ashok and try to bring him back up?
You guys can start swimming. What are you guys gonna do?
Balanar's
I'm gonna
try
head
to
the boat over to Elwin. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to swim over there.
Alright, so you start
Damn it.
swimming. The boat starts moving over to Elwin. Elwin starts sinking. Marina is going to transform, and she's going to swim down and catch Kildrak deep below the water. Okay, I need you guys, so, Balanar and Euphemia, go ahead and roll me survival checks.
Who?
Balanar and
Survival.
Euphemia. You guys are the ones who are saving people here.
Survival.
I'm assuming that's not gonna be enough.
Balanar, you're able to get up to Ashok and snag him in time. Euphemia, you're having a little bit of trouble running, hauling Deimos aboard and rowing the ship at the same time. So it's taking a little bit longer. Elwin starts to sink. He's starting to get pretty far below the water. Marina, on her turn, she manages to get to Kildrak, but they're a good 60 feet beneath the water by the time she gets to him. Okay, Balanar, what are you doing? You gonna with Ashok over there?
I'm gonna bring him back up and try to hold him up and tread water at the same time. Trying to wave Euphemia over.
Okay.
I'm gonna clumsily try to still get that boat closer to Elwin.
Okay. Roll me another survival, both of you. Okay, Balanar, you're able to get Ashok to the surface, no problem, and you actually start making progress back in their direction a little bit. Euphemia, you're making that was better, so you're making a little bit better headway with the boat. Elwin has already gone beneath the surface of the water. Behind you, Balanar, you see Marina splash up above the waves with Kildrak on, like, basically in tow.
I kind of wave towards her and say, "Boat!"
She nods, exhausted. You guys are all pretty exhausted. and she starts heading in that direction.
I'm still gonna go try to get to Elwin as soon as possible. That's my goal.
Okay. Roll me another survival, Euphemia. Okay, you're making headway. In those 3 turns with those survival rolls, you've made it over to that area.
You're
Balanar.
already dead. Kildrak. I mean, can't save your death.
No, man. There's no death saves. You are literally outright dead.
Yeah, it's gonna take
There's a
Yeah,
difference.
you already failed.
it's gonna take resurrection spells of some kind.
What happened to the Admiral's body?
It got splashed into the water somewhere.
Well, fuck.
Fuck the Admiral.
You guys can try to find it if you want. It's the whole there's wreckage all around you. There's wooden boards and planks and pieces of sail and stuff all over the place. There's like dead sailors' bodies. You guys can hear the sound of fighting still going on in the distance. But basically the fight has moved on from where you are. But there's still lots of stuff going on. The war is still.
Can I see the Admiral's body from where at? You probably want me to make a perception.
That's
check
gonna
for
take
that,
one hell of a
don't you?
perception check.
Come on, nat 20. Nope.
No, Balanar, you cannot.
I should get the boat over by now.
Yep, Euphemia, you are there. You are at the spot where Elwin's body went underwater.
So do I see Elwin anywhere?
You can catch a glimpse. Since you know where he went down, you catch a glimpse of red deep beneath the surface of the water. The rest of you guys are making your way back to the boat. You're
I sigh deeply as I dive in.
okay. All right, you jump off the water.
Body of the wizard.
Okay. It's gonna take you a couple rounds to get down there. You're holding your breath?
I don't have anything. Oh, 1 second. Do I have anything that would help me in this?
Didn't Ashok have a water breathing scroll?
I don't have it,
I'm
that's
sorry,
for
not
sure.
not Ashok. Deimos? Didn't he have a water breathing scroll?
I
on
mean,
him?
I do. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna need that. But I thought I had something like a bottle. Didn't I have a bottle of like air or something?
We have a bottle of smoke.
Oh, I thought we got a bottle of air.
Nope. Ever smoking bottle is what we got.
I'm gonna tie a rope around the boat and around me, then I'll dive in. How about that?
Okay. You start. So that takes you a full round to tie the rope and jump off. The rest of you guys are making way back to the ship. It's slow going, but I'm gonna say it's gonna take you guys probably a good 5 minutes to swim back to the boat. Euphemia, you tie yourself up to the boat and you dive off into the water. I need you to make me a athletics check.
Athletics. Why did we do it? It's like I'm so much better at acrobatics. Why can't we do acrobatics?
This is straight because this is definitely not an acrobatics type thing. All right.
Do like a backflip?
You are swimming. You're swimming as hard as you can, deep down into the water, but you're not really accustomed to really underwater lifestyle. Your real thing was definitely Underdark. But you swim, and you're making your way
Lessons were so
down.
important in the Underdark.
You're swimming down. The rest of you guys, you eventually make it back. Euphemia, you're trying to make it to Elwin. Go ahead and roll me one more athletics check. Okay. As you get down to the bottom, to the end, near the end of the rope. It's a 50-foot rope. Wait. How long is your rope?
I have multiple 50-foot ropes.
So you would have tied them end to end.
Sure.
You're having to be farther than the length of your rope will reach. So you're gonna either have to release the rope, or the rope is not going to reach. It's too far down by now.
Okay, well, I really.
I wasn't wearing armor, if that helps.
Okay, you release the rope.
Well, if he wasn't wearing armor, wouldn't he have, floated?
Yeah, technically dead bodies float.
How much gold did
Yeah.
you have on you?
None, you
No,
took
took
it
it
all.
all.
Take all of our gold?
Well, you have copper, silver, and platinum, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's on my inventory sheet.
Yeah. I actually did the math on this once, and like 5,000 gold was like
Don't do the math.
125 pounds of. If they were all the size of a quarter, like 125
Damn.
pounds. Elwin, your coins are dragging you down. They're weighing you down. I'd say even if you only had 50 pounds of coins on you, they're still dragging you down. Euphemia, with that roll, you finally managed to meet him, to reach him, right as you're running out of breath.
Okay.
Okay?
So I grab him, I swim back up to the rope, and I start tugging on it.
Okay.
Hopefully someone's up there to pull us up.
I need you guys, Euphemia, go ahead and roll a perception check. Oop, Ashok just got here. Give it a second to catch up.
Well, because he was late and he got shot. He got killed because he was late.
You guys got busted in the faces.
I rolled it, but it's just okay. There it is.
Yeah, it was because Ashok was logging in. Perception check 9. You know, it takes you. You're struggling so hard with the body that you don't even notice until it's right underneath you. But you suddenly see the form. The water underneath you goes black. And you see this large form start to rise up under you.
Dragon turtle.
Okay, and quickly you find footing underneath it and it begins to rise faster than you were swimming. You're now resting on its back. The turtle rises to the surface, and as it comes up, as it surfaces, it's getting larger and larger and larger because it's coming near the surface. By the time it finally gets there, it's freaking huge.
God damn.
Okay, yeah, it was bigger than Marina's ship, so it's massive. So that's going to be sort of a representation. Okay,
Damn, that's big.
this is not quite how big it is.
The dragon turtles get as big islands, so you can actually build a city in the back of a dragon turtle.
All right, and that's where you guys are. You are in the middle of the ocean, with the battle having drifted away from you, floating on the back of a massive dragon turtle. A number of your party are dead.
I ask the dragon turtle and Draconic, do you know someplace safe where we can go for the time being?
Let's just go past the Westroff, or past whatever it is.
Okay, the dragon
Ask the
turtle.
turtle if he can take us there.
Um,
I doubt.
you hear in archaic Draconic. The dragon turtle, his voice just booms out beneath the water, and underneath you it sounds like this rumble, and that's what he cries out to you.
Balanar, can you take
I
us,
look at
Ashok?
I look at Marina and I go, I'm assuming she understands it too, right?
Yeah, she understands.
I look at her and I go, is
What do you
Ken...
say?
He said home. I look at her and I say, is Ken May gonna be safe?
She pauses for a second. She says, I do not know. We were separated a while ago. She was... The last I saw, she was in the middle of a pitched battle. I honestly do not know what will happen now. But I fear for you. I fear for your friends. She's visibly shaken. Her emotions are very raw right now. You have to understand that she's been through a lot. She just had a fight, was in the middle of a fight to the death with you guys, with the man who killed her father. and now, and in the same process, turned on the rest of the pirate lords with you guys. They betrayed the pirate lords, fought them off, killed Mozab, and then was betrayed by Antares again. So it's been a pretty emotional last few hours.
I look at her and I go, look, it's not going to be safe for you around here. Come with us in this dragon turtle, and we'll think of some way to come back. I
Okay.
apologize for leaving Kenmei, but we really have no choice. And I kind of gesture towards all of us. As you can see, somebody we thought was going to be our friend kind of killed us all.
She nods. She says, Antares is a fearsome, fearsome enemy. I worry about that. But there's nothing else to do. We must go.
So I again turn to the dragon turtle and I'm like, my friend, take us to your home, please.
So he starts making his, heading off east.
And I tell Euphemia, grab that scroll from Deimos, so just in case we need to breathe underwater.
I loot Deimos' body then.
Okay. So you grab it off of
I can
Deimos.
take all his stuff. No, I can take all his stuff.
All this stuff. That's gonna take a long time.
Just grab the scroll. Leave his stuff.
Ah, damn it.
Okay.
And actually,
Okay, I just
you
got
know
the
what?
scroll.
During the trip, I'm kind of conversing with the dragon turtle, asking it what it knows about the cult of the dragon, as well as if maybe it knows any other dragons in the area that might be able to
Can you use?
resurrect
Can you
us
use
and
the
heal
scroll?
us. I cannot. You can.
Oh, damn it. I was just gonna give it to you.
My intelligence is a negative modifier. Negative modifiers cannot read, according to D&D.
So
Okay.
Deimos, can you put the scroll in the thing?
Deimos is dead.
I'm dead. I can't do that. Are
Yeah,
you
well-
crazy?
I can't get into your inventory, man.
Well, I
You're
can't
gonna have
get
to
into my
drop it.
inventory either. This is
Well, no,
I don't know
you
what
can get
want.
into his inventory to pull the scroll out. Midas is
No, I
just saying.
can't.
Look
Yes,
at
you
me.
can.
Like, here,
Midas
look,
is just
I'm trying
saying it's
move
going
my
to take
arm.
forever
my
for you to
ghost is
pull
trying.
everything out.
He's got a lot of junk on him.
No.
Oh, I know
mean,
what you're saying.
I don't have
Here.
access to his sheet.
All right, I put.
Yeah,
I'll
I know
put
what
it in
you're
there.
saying. Yeah, never mind. I
He-
apologize.
He's just screwing around. Okay, you guys are in the middle of the ocean right now. You're headed east. As you travel away, exhausted, bloodied, all of you are pretty well wounded. You hear the sounds of battle drift off in the distance behind you. The dragon turtle, he doesn't respond in big sentences and complex thoughts, Balanar. His speech is pretty simple. His ability to interact and converse with you is pretty simple. You're not getting much information off of him about the cult of the dragon. He doesn't really know anything about it. He seems pretty intent on getting you home, or at least to shore. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys keep floating. A couple hours go by, and
Does he know? Does he know anybody that can maybe resurrect us or heal the
I
wounded
can
we have?
resurrect. I can start resurrecting people, but I need a long rest.
Well, yeah. How many resurrects can you cast between rests?
Well, if the DM puts a limit on it, I can do it 3 times per long
Yeah,
rest.
it's better if we find a
Well, it's
healer.
really, yeah, it's the full resurrection.
the Raise Dead spell has some limitations to it.
Yeah, but it's like it's like 30 days,
Here, let me just double check how it
and
reads.
as long as their body isn't like, well, no, even if their body's damaged and they're willing to come back,
Yeah, the spell closes all mortal
days.
wounds, but it doesn't restore missing body parts. If the creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, its head, for example, the spell automatically fails. So Deimos has a big hole in his head right now.
But it does
that
heal
would-
wounds.
but this would heal that. If he was missing the head, that's one thing. It just has a hole in it, so it fixed the hole.
Okay, it's gonna be.
Wait, what these guys have told me about the amulet of
Let's get
Alistrain and what it did before?
Yeah, you would have known about it.
I'm not wasting that. I'm not wasting the amulet of Alistair on this. Come on.
You've got 3 amulets and we've got a whole bunch of dead people.
We only got 2 amulets for one.
3. You have
We
3.
still have a bunch of dead people.
Ashok, Euphemia,
I
and
don't know who
Deimos
the other
still
one
have them.
has it. Who?
Ashok, Euphemia, and Deimos. You all have amulets.
I don't think Deimos has one.
Yep.
Deimos gave me his.
Yeah, we have one.
He got it
Well,
off of
mine, and
Ajax.
So see, you have 2. I give
Okay,
Euphemia
I'm
the
gonna
stank
take
eye.
Deimos. Well, still, that
Stank
that's like
eye.
it's
Major
a trump
stank
card.
eye. Major
It's a
stank
trump
eye.
card.
Major
And she
stank
might
eye.
not help us.
Well,
Well,
She's
how about we
doing
try this
other things.
resurrection thing first? And then if that doesn't work...
Yeah, I mean, like
resort.
one long rest, and we can heal 3 people.
okay.
We'd rather have a goddess come down here and like give you a stink eye for wasting your time. This is what we can deal with.
You guys are on the back of this giant turtle. Do you guys have food and water with you? It's been all
I do.
day since you probably have eaten.
Balanar has a
I have
ration pack. I
Rations
don't
and
know about
quite a bit of
water.
food.
Don't we have a shit ton of chimichangas?
I got water.
Those were
too.
on our boat.
We put all of them on the boat?
Yeah, they're on the boat.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Well, the ones
I
we,
still
the
have-
ones we didn't
I
use in
still
the
have
cave.
like a lot of rations. Don't worry.
Yeah, I have rations
I
on
have
me if you
rations
guys want
and
to search
water.
my body.
We good. We good.
You have water,
And
you said?
guys thought carrying around.
Yes, I have
my
water.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
my water skin too.
Okay.
I have my jug.
Okay.
It's empty.
Go ahead and delete a ration for everyone that's alive and eating.
How many of us are alive?
2.
3.
Well, Marina's gonna want one also. Someone has to feed her.
I share a ration with Marina.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And you guys make it into the night.
Oh, I do have a water skin. Good.
You gonna take a long rest on the back of this turtle?
Is
Yeah.
that fine? Is that possible?
Yeah. That's gonna happen.
Okay. That's what I
Okay.
do then.
So you guys are able to. You're able to get some rest. No one is attacking the dragon turtle. He's staying at the top of the surface of the water, but he's a large, imposing creature.
I'm
so
gonna use the boat and make a camp out of it. You know, I'm gonna take like some cloth and make it like a little roof and thing. So
Yeah.
we have like a nice shelter.
yeah, you're able to tip it over and prop it up on its mast. So it provides some shelter from the sun in the morning and then throughout the day. You guys are gonna be on the back of this turtle for several days. It's a long way to shore. Okay.
I'm gonna wait until moon is high in the sky. I'm gonna wait until night before we do the resurrection, and I would like to turn it to like this whole ritual thing, and I'm gonna give use some bardic inspirations and stuff like that to try to
Okay. Yeah. So you guys start resting probably around, we'll say around 4 p.m., 4 or 5 p.m. You get your long rest. Now Ashok, Deimos, and Kildrak were still dead, and Elwin, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That was to the dragon turtle.
The moon is high in the sky. The semblance and the sounds of war are far behind you. And you guys have spent enough time recuperating and eating on the back of this turtle.
Can Balanar attempt to go fishing?
Yeah? Do you have stuff with you that'll let you fish?
I tie a rope to one of my crossbow bolts, and then tie the other end to the crossbow. I don't know if you've ever seen archery fishing, but that's kind of what I was going for.
Okay. All right. So, can someone give Ashok the TeamSpeak address? I'll make sure he can see the...
Oh shit.
Good job. Good job.
That's
No, that's
wrong,
not
too.
it.
That's it. That's what I use.
I was
Oh,
trying
no,
to do
that's the
that, but
name.
it.
There it is. Okay.
Translation.
All right, Balanar, go ahead and roll a perception.
Survival? Oh, perception. Why not survival?
Okay, it takes you a while to spot fish that are close enough to the surface for you to aim at and to shoot at with your crossbow. But go ahead. But eventually, you see a decent size, probably 8 or 10-inch long fish underneath the water that's so close enough to the surface. Go ahead and roll survival. Yep, you aim your crossbow and you snag it, a perfect shot, and you start pulling it in. Okay, Euphemia, the moon is high in the sky. What do you want to do?
First, for the first resurrection, I'm gonna give Oops. Wait a second. I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Balanar, just in case if he can try to help me
Okay.
in some way do this. So I'm gonna, do this whole ritual where I'm gonna sing, I'll dance to the moon before I cast the first resurrection, which will be on Deimos.
Okay. Now, Deimos, of the three of them, is the most wounded. It's gonna-
Balanar's gonna help with that.
You better.
You're gonna help her.
I'm gonna help by doing a barbarian war dance. Not so much.
Okay. Euphemia, I'm going to. So go ahead and cast the spell.
User joined your channel.
Okay, it is a 5th level.
Okay.
So,
So you cast.
What the
Hello.
hell's Cthulhu?
That's Ashok. So you cast Raise Dead on Deimos. What does it look like as you cast the spell?
basically, I'm gonna dance around his body. I'll have my sword in my hand. I'll have it set up so the moonlight is beaming down. As we sail along with this turtle.
Okay. All right. Burn the
And
spell.
I'll sing a song to Alistray.
All right. I need
And this
a.
is part of my prayer to Alistray as well.
Yeah.
This is something that she would notice.
I'm sorry.
There is bright moonlight on the back of this turtle right now. Roll me a charisma check. This is a pretty high.
Just check.
Yep, this is a pretty high check because of Deimos' condition.
That's not bad.
Yep. As the moonlight shines and you enter your spiritual trance-like state, calling out and singing out to your goddess, you see a beam of intensified moonlight. It seems to just focus on the place where you are, intensifying itself over Deimos' body. You reach down to him, and you cast the spell Raise Dead. His body glows bright with silver light, and you can see the wound in his head knitting back together, slowly. And after a few seconds, some tense moments, you sense a faint, shallow breath in his chest. And you feel a pulse beneath the surface of his skin.
I'll also cast a level 1 Cure Wound spell
Okay?
on top of that as he wakes up.
Alright, go ahead and target him and cast it.
Oh, I have to target him?
Well, or what? Just roll the heal, whatever it would be. Okay. So Deimos, you return back. The world has been dark. The light had gone out, and you feel yourself suddenly yanked back to the surface. You were floating in this darkness, in this infinite darkness, but you see a beam of silver light, and you feel yourself pulled back to the surface. You sit up, gasping, sweat pouring off of your forehead. You have a large scar on your right temple, where Antares fired his shot. But you are back with us at in the land of the living.
I think Deimos needs a -3 on his charisma from now on.
Deimos, I need you to roll a D100.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
A 90.
Don't tell me he has a third arm now.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
Okay, you are suffering from a long-term madness. The journey down into the underworld was very, very trying for you.
Oh, so I wasn't just hanging out with Tempest the whole time?
No, it was blackness. It was you're cut off. You're like in isolation, torture almost.
Is
No.
that permanent?
Well, you guys are going to figure out a way to get rid of it.
Okay. I touch my head and I say, oh my gosh, what the fudge just happened?
Okay.
I'm gonna like flick him in the ear and see if he goes mad.
I smack Euphemia and I'm like, you've done enough. You killed this man's girlfriend and made him kill us. Stop it. Behave.
Oh, be quiet, you
Behave.
perverted dragon.
Alright, I don't feel well, so I'm gonna do that.
I don't read dwarf.
You're cast. What are you doing,
Celestial.
Deimos? You casting Greater Restoration on yourself?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
to at least clear my head for a bit. I know it probably won't take care of all of it, but enough to where, because I see all my party members on the ground, and I know I probably won't be very useful if I'm kind of all sorts of fucked up.
Okay. Getting up, you cast the Greater Restoration spell on yourself. You do feel some of the effects, like some of the cobwebs in your mind, clear out a little bit. It's now a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw that you need to succeed on. But you get the
Okay.
feeling that it's going to persist for a while.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I asked Euphemia if she still has enough energy to help raise another person.
Not much, but I could
if-
probably get at least 2.
If I cast the
That's if I don't
spell,
fail.
actually, this lasts for 10 days. We can cast it on a person, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
as long as they want to come back.
If we both cast Raise Dead on the same person, would we get it some sort of advantage?
On the check?
Yeah. Like to bring them
Um,
back.
No,
I don't.
it doesn't work that way.
As long as we form like some kind of ritual and we, put some work into it, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
Can I roll another perception check to see if I see another fish I can catch?
Go for it.
God damn it, Balanar! We're trying to raise people from the dead over here.
He's
And
trying to
I'm
make us so
trying to
we
get us
don't
food.
die.
I'm a dumbass. I don't know nothing about no damn spells. You keep your witchcraft to
You're
yourself.
supposed to help us. That's what the Bardic Inspiration was for.
Roll Perception, Balanar.
I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration on that. Actually, I don't
I'm
think I
gonna
need it.
throw
No.
a rock at him.
You're good.
Alright,
you
well-
find you see another this is like an ocean type. It's a salmonish type of creature.
So how much night do I have left? Or moonlight do I have left?
Oh, it's about 1 a.m. You got plenty of night. Balanar, you
Well, I
snag
mean,
that
is
one
it
like
a
an
clear
expert.
sky? Is there any clouds coming? Any issues?
Right now you're still in bright moonlight.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start setting up Elvin's body
Okay.
to repeat the process.
And I'll help
Do you
her
want to
set.
help me this time,
Oh.
Deimos? Since the dragon is completely fucking worthless.
Balanar will help as he smacks her
Uh,
upside the head.
I'm gonna start doing my own
I'm gonna stab Elvin,
version.
or
Elwin, she's gonna
I'm
stab
gonna
you,
stab
man.
the dragon
She has no respect for the dead.
with my
Stop her.
sword. Elvin doesn't need this
Alright,
arm,
I
right?
cast
can just
Enhance
cut it
ability
off.
on myself.
Okay.
I am going to pick Ashok up, and I'm going to hold him over my head, and I'm going to start doing squats. And just like praying to Tempest, be like, I don't know, singing like a manly song. I don't really know any, but I'm just like, no pain, no gain, picking shit up, put
Okay.
it back down again.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to sing Be a Man.
You start working out, squatting, and the sweat from your body drips down your thighs and starts making a little puddle on the back of the dragon turtle's shell.
And then I cast a guide on myself,
Okay.
well, as best as I can.
All right.
And I try to raise dead on Ashok.
Burn the spell slot, and roll me a wisdom check. Okay.
Do I get a guide to that? Or
Yeah,
maybe
go
a
ahead.
+1?
You can roll the guidance.
Yeah, +1.
Oh wait. That was a save. That wasn't a check. Roll me the check instead. I'll let you re-roll it.
Oh, sorry. I think I fucked this one up. We got tomorrow though, guys.
As Euphemia is preparing Elwin's body, you grab Ashok and you perform your squat press ritual, and for some reason, being bathed out here in the moonlight, you're not able to quite get a connection with your god. You feel the divine energy pour out, but there's nothingness. Ashok's body is still and husk-like, and in fact, you're pretty sure that that spell would not work on him if tried again.
What do you mean it wouldn't work?
He crit failed it.
Nuh-uh.
So Ashok can't be resurrected anymore by anyone?
Not with that spell.
Good going, Deimos.
Well, I had a good roll the
Suck
first time.
ass. So I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to yeah, not Deimos, but
I still have mine. And I said I was helping
well,
already.
it would probably wouldn't have went off because I'm doing long ass rituals and it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Resurrect on Elwin. Or Raise Dead, sorry.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll my bardic inspiration on that one. What is it, a D10?
Yeah, but what are you rolling?
To help you.
Euphemia.
Yeah, I'm sure there's the help dice.
Elwin is not as injured as Deimos was, so the DC on this is lower. This would be a
So charisma.
yep.
Well, if I'm
DC
helping, you would get advantage on your roll.
It's a
Technically,
DC
for
12
by
charisma
D&D
check.
rules.
Do I get advantage?
No.
Yep, you don't need it anyways.
Ashok, Elwin, you pop straight up. The moonlight is bright and glowing all around you. It infuses your body. You jump up back to the land of to life. You're at 1 hit point, but you don't have to deal with any madness effects because she crit that.
Nice, thank you.
And now you're 12 hit points, or 13 probably.
Okay.
Balanar gives his elf buddy a hug.
I nuzzle him.
So how was Stovacor? Seriously, am I the only person that watches Star Trek?
What's Tovacor?
It's the Klingon equivalent to Valhalla.
Oh, that's too much nerd for me, man.
It says the D&D GM.
I like Star Trek, but I don't know it that well. Okay.
If I could learn Klingon, I'd be speaking Klingon.
The only good things in Star Trek are Klingon.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck the Federation.
Those are the best episodes.
Base Samurais all the way. That's
So
what the
I still have
Klingon...
time left to do it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna... Since I can't do it on Elwin, or not Elwin, but Ashok, I guess I'll do it on the Worthless Dwarf.
That's fucked up. Let me see if my dance to Tempest helps. Oh, not so much.
So I do the same ritual, sing the songs,
Okay.
and I cast... But I'm gonna cast it at level 6.
Okay. It's later in the night now, and there's a little bit of cloud cover. The moonlight is not quite as bright, but yeah, you can go ahead and cast
Do
a
I get a
spell.
little advantage?
Can
Do
I give her
do I
advantage
get
by giving
advantage
C-
on the... Since
I'll
it's
dance
like
with
a higher
them,
level?
too.
No, it doesn't work that way.
I was gonna say, can I give her advantage by giving CPR to the dwarf?
You can try. That's definitely worth a shot.
Use
Let's roll.
fire.
He's
Medicine.
like getting in the way, so I'm gonna kick the dragon away.
So
As you breathe
Balanar,
into
Get away
his
the
mouth,
ritual.
use the fire, Balanar.
Balanar, you're doing mouth to mouth on Kildrak.
No, no, it's chest compressions.
Come on, guys, you're really ruining the whole, you know...
Balanar, you
Ritual
go up
thing.
there. Go ahead, Balanar. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Athletics.
I'll
Okay,
help him.
never mind. I'm not freaking casting it. Who cares? You can say
Oh, that's
No,
messed up.
absolutely no result whatsoever. Okay.
that. They ruined the ritual, so... I'm done.
I was trying to help.
Maybe stuff a chimichanga up his ass. That might work.
I look at Elwin. You have any more magic chimichangas?
I have rations.
What you guys gonna do?
8 chimichangas.
Well, here's the roll, because I already spell. Oh! Good. See, that's what all the CPR got. A crit fail.
The cloud
Kildrak
cover.
was
As you let as
Come
you
on, blame them.
come to
They
the culmination
fucked
of your
up the
dance,
body.
Euphemia, the cloud cover intensifies, and the moon goes dark at the moment that you cast a spell.
Illustrated
tense-
dwarves.
A 10-second goes by, and then the clouds pass, but the moment has also passed with it. Kildrak is likewise dead there on the back of this turtle in front of you.
Balanar's just... I can't move my token.
Yeah, I'll get
User
rid of
that.
disconnected from your channel.
I was gonna move my token to like the head of the. Why do I have Ashok targeted?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Fantasy Grounds is no good
User
with
joined your
stacking
channel.
tokens, so we'll just pretend.
I don't think anything's good for stacking tokens.
I could enable layers, but then it's a pain in the butt for me to switch back and forth between layers. Alright, yeah, those two guys are dead.
The raised dead won't work on him.
It will not.
What about resurrection?
You'd have to try it.
I don't have access to that spell.
I don't think anyone does. It's a level 7 spell.
But he does.
Yeah,
And
None-
definitely don't have access to it.
none of you have that spell.
I don't think you. I don't even think I have access as a bard.
So again, I talked to the dragon turtle and Draconic, and I'm like, look, this drow's not doing a good job raising people from the dead. You know anybody that can help us out? Maybe you could take us there?
You know it was my choice to save the dragon turtle when you guys didn't want to help it.
No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was my idea.
I mean, I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure.
sure that you're full of chimichanga.
If I remember correctly, Balanar wanted to help the dragon turtle. Actually jumped in the water and helped them.
You guys, there's a solemnness that passes over your party as you look down and you realize that 2 of your number are, at least for all intents and purposes, at means that are at your disposal, irretrievably dead.
I'm gonna start looting their bodies and then throwing the corpses overboard.
Yeah?
I'm gonna threaten Euphemia with decapitation if she does that.
Yeah, I'll help.
I could totally beat you. You know that, right?
What are you guys gonna do?
Is there PvP allowed?
No, PvP's not allowed.
Alright, well, while they're doing that stuff, I am going to put that against Ashok. See if it does anything.
Are you gonna activate it?
Yep.
You have to say the name.
Elistray?
The amulet glows and flashes, and suddenly the moon, the light of the moon, which was just a normal bright full moon night, intensifies and glows almost as bright as full day, except it's white, it's silvery instead of the gold that the light of the sun reflects on the earth. And then before you, on the back of this turtle, you see a shimmering visage coalesce in front of you. As Elistray walks up to you. Standing there in front of you, she seems whole, she seems well. Her ethereal bastard sword is floating and orbiting around her, doing flips and spirals gracefully through the air. She comes up to you and says, "It has been a while." She looks at you, Elistray. She says, "Daughter, I see you have grown much. Tell me, for what purpose have you called my name?"
Fools that need fools' help, I guess.
Ah.
Should you just call her a fool?
Dead.
She looks
I
at you
called
and says,
Deimos a fool.
she says, "Daughter, one must respect those that travel alongside us. If we are not grateful, if we are not respectful, then we are no better than they."
Balanar likes this god.
She looks at the 2 bodies on the ground, and she
This
leans
game
over
really doesn't care about other races.
and she touches them.
Concerned about elves.
She touches them. And she looks at them and she says, "Here is the difficulty. This one I can help." She points to Kildrak. And she turns to Ashok. "This one, however, I have done all I can for him. In bringing him back from his previous form into this body, it exhausted the amount of intervention that I am capable of doing." She waves her hand and the light coalesces, and Kildrak, you rise to your feet at full health.
I ask if she knows if there's any way that we can bring Ashok back with her almighty godly knowledge.
She says, "For one this far gone, it would have to be other than my strength. Either divine power greater than I have, or power of a different sort." She
What do you
pauses.
mean by a different sort?
She says, "There are many types of magic, deep and ancient in this world. And she looks over at Marina. She says, "And some of us are well schooled in them." She turns to you all. She says, "The war in the heavens continues. However, there's been a peace. No, a calm. There has been no battle for some time now, and it worries us. We are standing strong. But hurry. I bid you hurry, for the demons will surely renew their attack with fervor greater than we have seen before. Adieu." And with that, she vanishes.
I look over to Marina and ask her if she can do anything.
Marina has been kind of quiet this whole time. It's been like I said, it's been a traumatic last 24 hours for her. And then she sits up. She says, "Yes. Yes, I can." She sighs. She says, "My bloodline goes back millennia. There have been magics that used to flow through this world that have been long forgotten. And it is only because of my Genasi blood heritage and my primal connection with nature that I even have an inkling of what they are. But there are whispers, there have been whispers passed down through my family of abilities, of spells, of blood magic that we are supposedly capable of. I believe I can help your friend, but the cost will be dear." She says,
To who?
"But I will do so."
Dear to who? What is the cost?
She stands up. She walks over to Ashok. And she puts her hands on him. She looks at you all. She makes eye contact with you, Elwin. And Deimos. She looks at you, Kildrak. And Euphhamia. And lastly, her eyes settle on you, Balanar. And she says, "I count you all as my friends. You have helped me accomplish that which I would never have been able to on my own. And I believe that your influence will be one of good upon these seas. Thank you. Thank you all."
I'm gonna try to stop her before she sacrifices herself.
I grab Euphemia.
Yeah,
Watch out
Balanar's
for
But you
your
want her to...
You gotta watch
You
out
want her
for
to
your friends
die?
first. Watch out for your friends.
Balanar walks up to her and says, "You know what? If it's a sacrifice that's needed, use me instead.
She smiles.
I've got plenty of vitality."
She smiles and she reaches up and she puts her hand on the back of your hand. She says, "Would that it were that simple. I don't know what's going to happen. This magic is primal. It is unpredictable."
And I kind of look at her, and so is my bloodline. I'm a descendant of a dragon at some point.
Yes.
Perhaps you could use my life force instead of your own.
The dragons are magical, but they are not Genasi. They are not from the Jinn heritage. I'm afraid only my blood will do." She pulls the ice dagger from her belt, and she puts it to her palm, and she holds it, the blade of it, in her other hand, and her hands both resting above Ashok's body. She takes the tip of the dagger and drives it down into Ashok's chest, and you hear her begin to mutter in a language that has been long lost from this world. And as she does so, an aura, a feeling of energy sweeps through you all. It's not something you've encountered before. This is a magic that has not seen the light of day for probably several thousand years. And as she speaks, her hand clenches around the blade, cutting into the flesh of her skin, and her blood starts to drip down the blade, flowing into the wound that she cut into in Ashok's chest. Her eyes close as she continues to mutter the incantation.
Balanar also grabs the blade of the dagger to try and help.
Okay. She drops down to her knees with the strain of the exertion, and you can see her skin start to wither, as if the life and the energy were
Can I
pouring out of
cast
it.
like a healing spell on her?
Go ahead.
Me.
Target her skin or just
Balanar, go ahead and target her. Balanar, you touch the blade, and your hand is repulsed from it, almost as if it were charged with electricity. You look at your hand, and there's a dark line across your fingers, where the place where the blade made contact. Your skin is black. Both of you cast your spells, one of divine energy, one of arcane energy, and as the energies reach out to her, they seem to be rebuffed by the aura of darkness that's bleeding off of her form and flowing down into Ashok. Just sitting there like oil and water, not quite able to mix, dancing around each other, but not quite able to make it to Marina. She continues to cast the spell, and another few seconds go by, and then she collapses down to the surface of the turtle. Her form much more frail, much weaker, much less vibrant than it used to be. Ashok? As she collapses down, her blood flows into your body, and your eyes open.
I hold on to her, staring into her eyes.
Her eyes are closed.
Staring into her closed eyes, is she breathing?
She is not breathing.
I let out a roar, breathing fire straight up into the air. Extremely pissed off.
The volume of your scream echoes and reverberates across the surface of the water. It's loud. It's bestial. It flies through the air, all around you. Deimos, you put your hands on her and you cast it, but the spell, just like your healing spells, it doesn't mix. For some reason, this type of magic it's a natural opposite to your divine power. It's the other end of the spectrum, and it's not able to permeate and envelop her form. Also, you rolled a 4.
Would I be able to recognize what
Tried.
type of magic she's using if I roll Arcana?
Elwin, that's a good roll. There are stories, there are histories and rumors of other types of magic in the world. This was definitely, from what you know, and the little bits that you know, this reeks of, and it feels like, and just seeing how the divine and the arcane were not able to interact with it, it feels like ancient blood magic.
As I stop roaring, I kind of stare really hard at Euphemia with black smoke coming out of my mouth. I don't say a word.
What? I
Still
was
don't
the
say
one
a
that was
word.
against it. That's dragon. I just walk away.
Okay. Her head is intact. Her body is what's shriveled up.
I also eye Deimos. Give him the don't even think about it look.
I'll go up to Balanar, just pat him on the back, and, motion to his flask. Like, come on, buddy, let's go have a few drinks.
So is Ashok alive?
Ashok is alive and breathing.
I tell Elwin not in the mood.
Ultra's getting better.
I kind of just get up carrying her body and walk over toward like the edge and
I stop
Drop her.
Balanar before he does anything. And I says, I know this might be kind of morbid at this point, since we lost someone who just helped us so much. But she might have something of value on her, or at least a keepsake. Like, not saying I'm trying to loot her,
I
but
give
I'm just saying.
Deimos the stank eye and I go, don't even think about it.
I'm not talking about her head.
Don't even think about it.
Alright. Deimos puts up both of his hands and just walks away very slowly.
He wants her ribcage?
No. I'm like talking about like, it looks like she has a fancy knife or something, maybe Balanar wants
Well, the
or
knife
something.
was stabbed into Ashok. The knife is just kind of still on the turtle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's still there. It was in her hands and it fell out of her hands when she dropped down. And it's on your chest now, Ashok.
Hopefully it's not in my chest.
Well, there's it was there before, but
In his chest.
I hope she took it out.
I mean,
He's walking around with a knife and a rapier in his
we didn't
chest.
notice her wearing anything fancy, did we?
I looked real hard.
there are she does have some items.
Alright, I stick my hand back on Balanar. I'm like, alright, hear me out on this one. This could really help us. So this stuff doesn't happen again. And
I look at Deimos and I'm like, we'll give her a barbarian's battle. Barbarian's burial.
So you're gonna burn
can we at
the water
least
just
see if she has anything on her?
From what you guys
She
can
fought.
see,
They're gonna be her pal.
from what
Fought like a warrior.
Deimos,
Alright.
Deimos, from what you can see, the dagger was the most valuable item that she had on her.
Deimos sticks his hands back up in the air and slowly walks away.
We don't have any no, there are no boats on here. And I'm assuming there's no trees, or this dragon turtle's not big enough to have trees growing on it.
No,
or
he doesn't
anything.
have any. No. There might have been scraps of driftwood and stuff because he came up underneath you guys in the middle of the wreckage of the admiral's ship.
Yeah, but wasn't that like a day or two ago?
Yeah. So if you do some searching, you might be able to piece together enough for a small platform.
Well, yeah, I look around and I piece enough, or attempt to piece enough driftwood and stuff to make a small raft.
Yeah, it takes you guys not too terribly long, about 20 minutes, and you're able to get enough lumber together and strap it together with a rope that you fashion a makeshift raft out of broken ship planks and driftwood.
You're really not gonna light her on fire, right?
I eye you very hardly and say silence.
No, I'm talking OC.
No, not what I was thinking.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna give her a burial at sea. She needs a casket.
Okay. That usually means that you make it a pyro.
Okay.
I gently lower her on the raft, and push the water really slowly, the raft really slowly onto the water.
Okay. You place her on
And,
the raft.
I lost connection to the host.
Yeah, it's okay. And you push her off into the dark of the night, and she floats away. She's caught up by a current eventually, and drifts off towards the night horizon.
And I start saying a prayer in Draconic.
Can I ask, if he hadn't crit failed that spell, would it have raised me from the dead?
Yeah,
Dang it.
it would have. Okay, guys. The night, even though there's a few more hours, just only a couple hours before dawn, it still seems to be a long time as you guys kind of sit off on your own corners of the turtle, just quiet. Ashok, you're coming through on the microphone.
Oh, I'll stop.
But eventually, a couple hours later, dawn, the sun comes up, and you guys are floating on the back of this turtle.
Oh, I'm gonna keep napping.
Okay.
Yeah, do we get a long rest?
You just took one hours ago. It has to be. You have to wait till tonight to do it again. Balanar, as you whisper that prayer off in Draconic, you hear the turtle underneath you, in its ancient guttural tongue, archaic form. He mutters his approval. Yeah,
I
you guys.
kind of
Yeah, short rest.
just sit at the edge and mope for a while.
Okay. You guys stay on this. We're gonna fast forward a little bit here because it's gonna be 2 more days, 2 more full days on the back of this turtle.
Yeah, long rest.
And is there anything else you guys want to do? Do you guys have enough rations to get you through?
I'm assuming we're trying to catch fish
I
along
have
the way.
10 rations on me.
I have 10.
I caught 2 fish.
Oh, I have one question. How's my cat?
Okay. You look down.
There's nothing left. No cat left.
The cat is fine.
Whew.
Please
I
tell
was
me
worried
the
about
monkey
that
is
for a
dead.
second. I was like, how much stuff can I burn to get my cat back?
The cat is fine. So you guys have to burn. Let's see how many rations you guys have.
Well,
Also-
remember I caught the 2 big fish,
You did catch the fish too.
so I'm assuming
I'm
we
gonna
can
fish
cook
too.
those.
Since I'm done with all my, resurrections.
Okay. Between the fish, I'm gonna have you guys burn off 1 ration each, and the fish that you catch. So everyone can burn off 1 ration. The problem is water. It's you guys make it through your water flasks pretty quickly into the second day.
Isn't there a spell to create water?
There's a cleric spell for that.
Yeah, guys. Did you know there's a cleric spell for that?
Balanar's kind of just toying with the knife that she used to resurrect Ashok.
Okay.
Still sitting on the edge of the turtle, just moping.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in your inventory.
Okay.
All right, Deimos, I'm going to say that after the second day, you wake up the next morning and you guys get a long rest. You're able to learn the cleric spell. You pray to Tempest for it, and he gives it to you the next morning for create water. And it's just enough to... it's 10 gallons of clean
Oh.
water.
Do we want to just... I can teleport us to Westeros if you guys want.
But we're riding
Just
a
go
cool
home.
turtle.
You need components for that, Euphemia.
What? What do I need?
Teleportation circle. You need rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
I got a bunch of precious gems and
Do we have any
and
chalk?
ink and stuff.
You don't have rare chalks and inks.
I don't have any.
So along the 2 days of just blasting myself with greater restorations to help at all?
Deimos, would you be able to put 2 healing words in my ring again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
And
go ahead
I'm gonna
and
put
go ahead and
the
charge that
haste
up.
in there as well.
All right, go ahead and charge that up. Deimos, your as the time goes by, your mind gets a little clearer. You figure it's going to take about a week of casting the spell on yourself every day to have it fully wear off.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
All right. As into the third day, you guys are on the back of this turtle, trying to stay out of the sun with your boat kind of propped up in the air above you, to give you guys some shade. The sun is hot. It's probably the equivalent of like late June right now, so it's in the heat of the year. There's a lot of light, a lot of heat, sun. The humidity is pretty thick, but you guys are managing to make do. With Deimos' create water spell and the shade from your boat, you're actually living it up pretty well. Late and into the third day, you see land on the horizon. It's just this dark line across the horizon, but you know you're getting closer. You guys continue throughout the night, and the next morning, it's much closer. You figure just a few hours away. But you're also seeing different kinds of creatures, different kinds of... you're starting to see more birds now that you're closer to the land. You see different kinds of fish underneath the water. And then you see what seems like a swarm of mosquitoes in the air start to trail along with you guys. But looking at it, you notice that even though they look like mosquitoes, the reason they look like that is because they're so far away. Another hour goes by, and they seem to be getting closer and closer, and it becomes obvious that they're following along you guys. Elwin, you look up in the sky, and this is what you see. Actually, oh, go on.
Continuing to roleplay Balanar. Balanar is just moping, doesn't notice any of that.
Okay, Elwin, you have your eyes on it. You're the one who kind of spotted it, and these are what these creatures look like as they start coming closer to you guys.
They wouldn't happen to be flying in a straight line, would they?
No, they're darting all around the place, kind of like a swarm of mosquitoes, except they're much larger than mosquitoes. They're still tiny. They're probably a couple inches across.
Have I ever seen this creature before? Or heard about it? Or studied about it?
Yeah. You recognize them. This is a different variant of them since you're out over the ocean, but these are sturges, and they do feed on blood. They act like mosquitoes. They do attack you and thrust their sucker, their needle down into you and siphon off blood pretty quickly.
Okay. About how far away from them are we?
Right now, best you can tell, they're probably about 200 feet up in the air, and there's a swarm of them. You figure there's probably a couple hundred of them.
Okay. As soon as they get within 150 feet of us, if they get that close, I'm gonna throw up a fireball, see if I can scare them away.
Okay.
Right into the middle of them.
Okay. A few more minutes goes by, and it becomes obvious that they've honed in on you guys, and they start swarming down to you. Moving pretty quickly, they all start darting down in your direction. Go ahead, and what I'll have you do is I'll have you roll 2 D100s.
I think you have to roll them separately.
Yeah. Okay. As they come in closer, go ahead and burn the fireball spell. You point your finger up in the air, and a streak of bright fire light bursts off into the sky. It explodes in the center of the swarm, and you see about half of them ignite and go up in a blaze. The others scatter, and then they start swooping down towards you guys. They're getting closer.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do? They're getting closer.
I'll throw up another fireball if I can.
Alright, go ahead and roll me 1d100. Yeah, you hit the center cluster of them dead on. There's only about, I'd say about a dozen of them left right now.
Can I do a wall of wind?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Alright.
Since the wall of wind, I'm gonna try to shape it so it, makes my like a shield. the bell has a run right through.
Okay. As they come in, you cast this violent force of wind. It catches a few of them and thrusts them off into the sky. One of them gets actually torn in two because of their because of the force of the wind. And let's see here. After all that happens, Deimos, you try to Sacred Flame one of them out of the sky. And all that make it to you guys is a couple of them. Because you actually killed like 195 of them. They come darting in, and one of them flies up to you, Ashok, and tries to thrust his sucker into your face. He misses. Another one comes for you, Balanar. This one hits, and he manages to latch onto you. His proboscis plunging deep into your shoulder, and his arms and his legs come in and clasp onto your shoulder. He's latched onto you pretty tightly. And the third one comes flying in at you, Elwin. That's a hit also. And he does the same thing.
I'll burn his shield.
Okay. Alright, as he comes in, you cast shield and he repels and bounces off your back. Alright.
As these things fly in, I'm gonna start throwing firebolts at them.
Okay, go ahead and target one of them and you can firebolt it. Would someone else want to do anything? We're not rolling initiative or anything.
Balanar,
I can't see them on the map.
They're on the
They're
combat
not
tracker.
on the map. You gotta target them. Which one hit me?
Oh.
Number 1 is attached to you, Balanar.
Number 1 or
Number 1.
that was number 2?
Maybe. Alright, I said number 2. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I'll grab number 1 with my bare hands, and I'm gonna basically do an improvised attack and try to rip it in half.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll athletics. Deimos, you cast Sacred Flame and it hits and it blasts out of the sky.
Actually, since I was kind of moping and it interrupted my moping, I'm gonna rage while I do that.
Which one are you attacking, Balanar?
He's doing number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, okay. I'll attack 3.
You all get one action. So, Deimos already killed one. Elwin, you firebolt the other one. Balanar, you rip the one off your shoulder and you pull it out of your arm, and you can see its long sucker like coated in your blood, and there's a spray of blood all over the place. And then you just shred the thing to pieces in front of you.
How do I clear the targets from the combat tracker?
You control click on it again, on the combat tracker.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. Alright. Very good. And that deals with the Sturge Swarm. By the time you guys are finished dealing with that, so Balanar, go ahead and, let's see, you raged.
Yeah, I just sit back down. I just sit back down where I was at, and I continue to just stare at the dagger.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, Balanar. Just for curiosity. 16. Okay, you're fine. You resist contracting Ebola or whatever it was they would have given to you.
The bubonic plague.
Yeah. All right. You guys, as you guys are fighting off that swarm, you guys eventually make it to land. And the turtle kind of slows down, and you can feel his legs hit shore. You're still about 30 feet from the shoreline, but that's as far as he can swim. Then he stands up on his legs and he begins to walk, his huge legs pounding the ground as his back emerges from the water. He moves forward another 20 feet, and then he kind of lowers himself to the ground. And Balanar, you hear him say in Draconic, his low muttering voice, he says, what's he going to say?
I do wish you watched
I thought it was
break.
going to be epic.
Yeah. I just jump off without saying a word and start walking towards the shore or swimming or whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
I follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna turn to a turtle and say in Draconic, that if it ever needs help, to let us know, and we'll be there to help them.
In his archaic language, he starts to turn around, and you hear his low voice mutter off in the distance. In Draconic, he rumbles back at you. Farewell, friends. And he begins to descend back into the water. Okay, you guys are on
I smack
a...
the dwarf on the shoulder. We've already helped him once.
You guys are on a beach. It's pretty tropical looking. The trees and the foliage are large leafed. The trees are tall, kind of like palm trees, but they're not exactly palm trees. But it's very tropical looking.
Do we know where we're at, like in the world map?
You have no freaking idea. It was east of where you were, so you figure. I mean, okay, so I guess you can make an educated guess.
Are we on an island, or are we on a? Are we actually back on the main? Coast?
Best as you can tell, you're on the mainland. You're somewhere. Let's see. The battle was here, right? And the turtle was heading east-ish. It's been 4 days, 3 days. Ashok, if you roll me a survival check. You being the ranger.
Yeah, it's I can't get lost. I always know where I'm at.
Okay. So Ashok, you have your bearings pretty well. You know that you're right around here.
That that one of those abilities.
Yeah.
Natural Explorer or
Yeah.
Landstride, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Natural Explorer.
Can I give any information to the party about that?
Yeah, you can tell them. You can give them a basic sketch of a framework. You're inside that circle somewhere. You don't know exactly where. But you
Like
figure
what
out.
like kind of dangers are in the area, or like we're at.
You guys don't know a ton about Borthol. Like I said, the environment seems to be pretty tropical.
Should I roll nature or something?
Sure.
I
We
send my
should-
familiar out to start scouting.
We should still
So
scout a
should we head
city or
back to
something.
Faslin?
Yeah, that way we can get the components we need for Euphemia to cast her spell.
So, I mean,
So we're looking for any town.
yeah, you're looking for. You could probably look for a town. Ashok, you know that just the type of creatures and the flora and fauna in this area. You're looking at some. This place is known for its poisonous snakes. This type of environment. It's known for. You heard rumors at one point or another of some low-level fae being in the air, just enjoying these types of environments. But really, it's not someplace you've been exactly. So,
What's the terrain type?
jungle-ish.
Okay. Don't have that.
Okay. Kildrak, you
Is there
send
any
your
signs
raven
of,
off.
like a road or something.
Not immediately. If you guys take a few minutes, as Kildrak's raven flies off in that direction, and he's gone for about 15 minutes, and then he returns. And Kildrak, as he gets back into your range, you start understanding your telepathic bond is reconnected with him because he was out of range for a while. And there is a road off to the east. It's a small, kind of like a brush path, but there's some semblance of it.
Does it look, a humanoid road or like more like a game trail?
It looks humanoid.
Okay, I tell them there's a road over yonder.
Well, let's head that way. I want to go to this damn land as soon as possible. Had my fill of pirates.
Okay. You guys start walking in that direction. Ashok, I'm assuming you're in the lead, or Balanar, one of the two of you.
I should probably be in the lead.
Balanar is just lagging behind.
Ashok, go ahead and roll me perception just to see in general.
Everybody.
Okay, you're keeping your eyes open. You're able to avoid some pitfalls along the way. You catch a glimpse of a snake hanging from a tree off in front of you. It's pretty large by the thickness of its torso, of its abdomen. You figure it's about 20 feet long. It's currently just resting in a tree, just drooping down in front of you.
Let's just leave it alone.
Okay. You guys cut a wide berth around it. You guys travel on. The terrain gets a little bit muckier and thicker, and you figure that you're in some kind of there must be some kind of low level underground water or stream or something here that's causing the ground above it that you're walking on to be really damp and mucky. It's not like quite a swamp yet, but it's really, really wet. And the trees are hanging above you. They're more willowish right now. And you start hearing the sounds of things dropping out of the trees and splashing in the water. Small little plops.
Are we in the water?
Around you. You're in about an inch of water.
Willows are Kildrak's favorite.
Okay. You guys continue. And, let's see here. 1 through 6. Balanar, in the back, as you're walking, kind of keeping to yourself, one of the, you feel something splash down out of a tree and land on your arm. It's viscous, it's thick, and it falls across your shoulder, basically.
I kind of like try to shrug it off.
It's clinging to you.
Can I see what it is?
Yeah, you begin to feel it slithering across your body, expanding across your chest. It's like a goop. It's like it's grayish in color. It's thick. It's like the consistency of like snot.
Do I notice it or know what it is?
You're on the front, so you know this is happening. Balanar's all the way in the back.
Yeah, I try to just push it off and rip it off or whatever.
Okay. There's a gray ooze attached to your shoulder right now. Go ahead and target it. It's on your combat tracker.
Yep.
All right. And what are you gonna do? You're just gonna try to grab it and throw it.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me dexterity. A dexterity check. You dig your hands into it and you try to grab it, but your hand just like moves through it. It's like trying to pick up jello. You're able to get some of it, but you can't really pick the thing up. It's adhering to your shoulder, and it's beginning to spread over you. Fortunately, you're not wearing any armor.
At this point, I just get pissed off and breathe fire at it.
Okay. Target it and roll your. You're gonna hit it, but just roll your dexterity saving throw and the damage. All right, it totally fails. Okay.
Wow, what crap damage.
It cuts up into flame. While this is happening, Euphemia, you feel a similar splash as something hits you in the back out of a tree above you. And this time, some of it lands on the armor plating, the steel plating on your back, and it starts to sizzle. the metal begins to sizzle underneath it.
Can I cast banishment on it?
You can.
That's what I'll do then.
Okay. Go ahead and target it.
Which one?
Number 2. It fails. Okay, let me see. Do I get to pick the plane that you banish it to?
I don't know.
It's
Can I roll a
banished.
perception to see if I notice these oozes on my teammates and notice the sizzling effect it had on our armor?
Go ahead. So Euphamia, it hits you in the back, and you immediately react, and you cast banishment on it, and it poofs out of existence.
I thought you said it failed. Oh,
Yeah,
it failed. Okay,
it failed.
fine.
It failed to save. All right, so you guys are seeing them all now. They're starting to splash in the water all around you.
I cast shield on myself.
Okay.
Protect my armor.
Did I see
Alright.
it then?
Yeah, Deimos, you notice it definitely. All right,
How
so
many are there?
well, right now there's only one on Balanar. He just fire breathed it, and Balanar, you take half the damage yourself because you fire breath yourself.
Can I do my nature
Yeah, I'm
check
gonna
now?
watch the sky, and if I see another one, I'm gonna cast shield myself.
So I would only take 1 damage.
Yeah, you can only take 1 damage. All right, Ashok, you see them, you notice them. These are gray oozes. They are acidic in nature, and their form, basically the chemical compound that they're made of reacts violently with metal. Euphemia, the little bit of an armor plate that it was in contact with, as it's banished away, you see that it totally ate away the metal that was there. So, like the corner of one of the armor plate on your back is eaten away, basically corroded all away.
Can I repair it with a cantrip?
What cantrips do you have?
I have mending if that helps. I'll help her as well.
Okay,
I
you can
think I
try,
have mending.
but you're starting to hear these things
Yeah, I
splash
have
all
mending.
around you. All right,
So let's get out of here.
Kildrak, one splashes down on your leg, hits you in the leg.
Actually, it hits a magical barrier.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. It's gonna roll an attack on you to see if it can hit you.
Has to beat at 24.
It misses. It repels off of your shield and it lands in the water, a few inches from touching you. Deimos, your spirit guardians fly out around you, and one comes hurtling down at your head, and the light lashes out and deflects it around you. They're starting to rain down around you basically like rain now. They're starting to splash everywhere.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
try
cast
to
the
dodge
shield
as
up
best
as
as I
well.
can.
I
Okay.
suggest we start running.
Yeah, I'm just running. I'm getting out of here.
Okay. So you guys hightail it out. You guys start running. Balanar, there's still one on your shoulder, and it's starting to spread. It's basically engulfed your torso, your chest right now.
Does my
You guys
spirit
keep running.
guardians kill it?
Your spirit guardians are lashing out, knocking them out of the air as they follow you. A couple more bounce off your shield, Ashok. Elwin, you see one bounce off of you. Elwin, this one is gonna try to get you. Oh, jeez. Okay, it barely misses you as it bounces off. And after about 40 yards of running, you guys make it out. You make it out of this marsh-like area and under the cover of these willow trees. Balanar, there's still one attaching to your chest. It's starting to ooze over to your side where your weapons are.
I'm gonna go ahead and and touch where the gray ooze that Balanar has on him, and I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp. Do you want me to roll an attack roll?
Yes. Target it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Chilling Touch on it.
Okay.
too.
You guys can all blast it if you want.
Because why not?
Okay. Alright, you guys fry it. Balanar, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
I actually choose to fail it.
Okay. As they all do that, so that's 9 cold, 16 radiant, and
Oh, the
16
radiant
lightning.
won't hit him. It only hits enemies.
Okay. So 16 lightning and 9 cold. All right, you guys made it through that pretty well. Pretty well unaffected by They didn't land on any of your weapons. By now, you guys are at the. You guys are on the path. You found this path. It does start out as kind of a game trail, Kildrak, but after a couple hours of walking, it's widened. It looks like a more traveled path now. And eventually, as you guys keep walking on it, it branches off into a rudimentary road, or at least a well-established trail where it's been trodden enough that there's no foliage or life growing on it. It's been matted down pretty well, and it's wide enough for two of you to walk side by side. Okay. Your raven flies off into the air, and it comes back to you, Kildrak, after a couple. You guys have been traveling for about 4 hours now. It comes back to you and tells you that there's some kind of settlement ahead, that the road leads to it.
I inform the party.
Sorry, about what?
There is a settlement ahead. About how many hours?
About an hour away.
About an hour away.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Ashok, roll me perception.
How big of a settlement was it?
How big of a settlement was it?
Not terribly large. You figure enough to be a couple hundred people.
A couple hundred people.
They probably don't have what we need, though.
Balanar is actually going to keep a lookout this time.
Okay. Balanar, roll me perception. Alright, you see it first, for some reason. As you guys are walking on this now fairly established road, you see a figure up ahead of you on the left-hand side of the road. Now, it's mid-afternoon right now, maybe 3 p.m. So there's enough light for you to see it. But you see a stationary figure. It looks like a person standing there on the side of the road.
Is he familiar to us?
You have to get closer.
Let's just start walking up to the guy.
Okay, he is not moving at all.
As I get closer, does he look familiar to me?
He does not. You can tell he's human, though.
Then I just keep walking past him.
All right. As you get there, Deimos, you're close to Balanar, and you see it. He is not moving at all, and he has a shocked look on his face. And as you get closer, you can see that his skin and even his clothing and everything that he's wearing, it looks like it's gray and hardened.
Can I do a perception
Medusa.
check around me for like tracks or any movement?
It's probably not a Medusa. It's probably a
Basilisk.
gazer thing. Yeah, that thing.
Okay. Deimos, you're looking around, and the first thing you see is that there's another figure on the ground right beside him. This time it's a male halfling that has a terrified expression on his face, but his body is broken, and and you can see the inside of him now. He's definitely made of stone.
Can
And
I roll?
His torso is cracked in half as if he were dropped and broken.
Can
No
I
tracks or
roll
anything?
a
There's footprints all over the
intelligence?
place. Go on. Yeah. For what?
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I can figure out the origin of the stone and use my dwarven stone cutting to get double my proficiency on that?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Go ahead.
I don't
So
think that's how
basically it'd
dwarven
be a-
stone cutting is supposed to work. But
I know, but it's cool. How often does stone
So-
cutting come into play?
But so basically, I'd get a plus 12 to this roll.
Okay. Go ahead. Intelligence check.
We should go the other way. Maybe.
So 14 plus 12.
So 26. All right. So dwarves are familiar with all kinds of stone things, and you have definitely heard of creatures that can can cause this effect on other beings. This is definitely some kind of petrification effect that has taken and has settled in where the victim has been turned to stone.
Do I know which creature?
Let me double check here real quick.
That intelligence can be a nature check. And yeah, it would still be an intelligence, so my stone cutting would still apply.
You can't really tell because and this is what you know. Of the creatures out there that can do this kind of thing, you're thinking about Medusas, you're thinking about basilisks. Neither of those leave any kind of mark on the body. They're all done with a stone gaze, so you can't tell what they were looking at. Although with your intelligence check, okay, check this out. You look at the man who's standing there, and his eyes are pointed, are looking straight ahead, as if he was looking at a being that was about his height.
I, immediately shut my eyes and start to see the world through my familiar.
Okay. You guys want to do? There's tracks everywhere. There's a recent a couple dozen sets of footprints, all layered on top of each other, as if there had been some kind of scuffle or something in this area. You see a bunch of tracks heading back down the road, away from you, down towards the town.
Are they going to? So they're all going to the village?
In the direction of the village.
Balanar's
So
just
is
heading
that where
towards
we
the
really
village.
want to go?
What kind of tracks were they?
They, Ashok, you can see them. They're humanoid. You recognize leather boots, lots of leather boots.
Well, we have to go anyway. There's nothing else we can do. What are we gonna just stay here? Camp? Gotta get going
Turn around,
anyway.
go a different way?
I would just keep going.
When we get there, I can have my raven scout out the town beforehand.
Okay.
How far is Balanar since he just kept walking?
Oh, you kept walking?
Yeah.
All right. So you get you're about 100 yards down the road already, and while they're inspecting it, and Balanar, you come across a handful of guys hanging on the side of the road. 3 of them. They're dressed in basic, working class gear, simple leather clothing, boots, cloth shirt. But there's 2 of them. There's 2 humans and a halfling hanging on the side of the road, and they're as you get closer, you can see that one of them has blood all over him, and another one is wrapping up his arm, bandaging his arm up.
I stop next to him and I ask him, "Where's the tavern?"
He looks up to you and says, "Bloody hell! Oh, pardon me, man." He says, "Oh, I thought you was the monster that we just saw." Oh. He says, "The tavern? You'll be wanting to go to Bysand, the town right down that way. Holy fuck!"
I said, "Does the tavern have good ale?"
It's a typical swill in this area. You won't find better though for nigh on 100 miles.
And I kind of start walking off, and then I kind of stop and I do a double take, and I'm like, "What monster?"
It's freaking crazy monster, man. Crazy green glowing eyes, hair like snakes, live snakes slithering all over the place. We were just here minding our business. She come out of nowhere. She froze. She looked at, with those glowing green eyes of hers, she looked at Thom and Milton back there, and they became stone. Man, we got the hell out of there.
Which way did she go?
Oz over here, he got her with, he shot her with his crossbow, but we hightailed it. Oh, she ran off into the jungle, and he points off to the left.
I turn that way.
Okay.
Start heading off.
Into
Can I
the
see
jungle?
any can I see any of her tracks as I'm heading that way?
Yeah, yeah,
Want
you
me
can
to-
see broken twigs, and you can see drops of blood heading in that direction.
Okay. Then I kind of start. I let out a loud whistle and I kind of start following it.
Okay. Rest of you guys, what do you want to do?
Actually,
We'll try to follow him.
Yeah,
Actually,
if I see Balanar going that way, I'm just gonna go with him.
Yeah, he's
Before
still
I
within
go-
eye shot, so.
before I go, was my monkey still alive from the explosion?
Ah. Roll me a d20. High or low?
Fuck it.
Your monkey's not around.
I was gonna give him to the guys and be like, here, take care of him and just go.
Okay, your monkey's not around. All right, the rest of you guys, you're rushing up to catch up with Balanar, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
He's going off
I
into the
don't know.
jungle, the direction that
Yeah.
they pointed.
We don't want to split up, so
Yeah, but I don't want to keep following him to like kills himself.
I'm with you, Balanar.
That's
I'm
all
gonna
he's trying
follow
to
him.
do.
Deimos keeps going too.
Okay. Ashok, you got disconnected from the game?
I'm switching computers, but I'm having trouble on this other one.
Okay.
It should come up soon.
All right. That's cool. Let me know if you yeah, we'll see. Let's hope it works out. Okay, you guys continue down through the jungle. Balanar, go ahead and make me a survival roll. Just see how well you can track
since
it.
I have the wolf totem thing, can I do that with advantage?
Yeah, yeah,
From
yeah.
Tracking her.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Okay. You're tracking her, and you guys cross like a creek, a brook, a small brook, and the tracks go down into that brook. And you see a path that leads up out of it. You can see it looks like it's been traveled a handful of times. There's like broken evidence of broken twigs and crushed foliage underneath there, but some of it looks older than others. So it seems like this is a path that a creature has used several times ahead of you. You keep going in that direction.
Actually, do I notice anything that would make me think this is like her lair or something like that?
You don't see anything just yet. You're just walking in the jungle. By this time, your friends have they're within earshot of you, so they're like single file, maybe 20 feet behind you. Okay. As you guys travel on, another 10 minutes or so, the trees kind of get sparser, a little bit sparser, and there's a little bit, a semblance of a clearing in front of you, and you see some stone structures in front of you, some old stone structures.
I take a quick glance at it with my perception to see if I notice anything.
Okay. It looks
I doubt I
like.
do.
I'm reconnected.
Okay, good. It looks like a bunch of what was stone buildings, but they're old and they're crumbled in on themselves.
I ask Ashok to look around.
Okay.
Stone cunning?
It's an old. You can Kildrak. You look at it and you notice it looks like what used to look like a temple dedicated to some kind of god. But it's all broken down. There's big holes in the walls. Most of the buildings have fallen in on themselves.
Okay, now I'm gonna roll religion to see if I know what god.
Oh no, you don't. Oh, that's Ashok.
You gonna roll it?
Yeah, I rolled it. It didn't show up for some reason. Hold on.
Ashok rolled it. Ashok, you have no idea.
Okay, I rolled a 19. I rolled an 18. I swear, I have
Okay.
an idea.
that's fine. Looking around, it's hard to tell, but from the outside of the of the buildings. But as you guys get a little bit closer, you notice some engravings on the side. It looks, and they look skull-like. This is probably was a long time ago. Was a temple devoted to the god Merkel. So I'll type it in the chat here so you see it. And you guys know that Merkel is the god of death, and he's basically the god worshipped by Borthol, this pirate nation. But Merkel is not a god of like I'm going to kill you death. He's just the god of passing from one life to another. He's pretty neutral in that regard.
Is he still dead?
Is he? Merkel is not one of the gods that died.
Actually, oh, okay.
He's still up and kicking. Okay. So as you guys get just a little bit closer, this is what you see. I had to put you guys
send
that
my
close
ravens
because
scouting.
I had to put you guys this close because the map doesn't go any further than that. But it's an old temple ruins. You can see the buildings are collapsing on themselves. The areas that are blacked out are not visible from where you are. Your raven flies overhead, Balanar, Kildrak, and she's able to see pieces of through cracks in the ceiling, pieces of area within here. You know, little bits of light in there, little bits of light in there, stuff like that. But not much else.
What we're standing next to, is that like
It's a wall. Yeah, it's a wall.
Okay.
This right here, that's an opening in the wall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come down here and look inside then.
Okay. So you pop your eyes in, and you see an old, dusty temple. You can see laying around, like toppled over pedestals, and like an altar table on one end. You can see it's old, hundreds of years old. Most of it is covered in dust and stuff.
Still seeing as I want to just go fight the damn monster, because I need to get some frustration out. I'm gonna use survival with the wolf totem thing to see if I can track her, to see if maybe she went into this building.
Okay. Not through the entrance that you're looking through.
Oh, well, any signs of her basically.
Wouldn't it be smarter to go to town and try to find a potion for stone form resistance?
Stone form resistance?
I don't know
It's
what
smarter
it's
to
called.
leave the dragon behind and not come here.
I
long
Euphhamia and I point at her and say, "It's all your fault. You shut your pie hole.
as long as Deimos isn't affected by the
Maybe if you
stone,
just
then
had
we should
sex,
be
you'd
good.
be happier.
Shut your pie hole."
So I'm gonna go ahead and
Yes,
twin
that's
and
right.
twin a spell. I'm gonna twin a spell. I'm gonna touch Balanar on the shoulder, and I'm gonna touch Deimos on the shoulder, and I'll cast haste on them.
Okay. So you guys are both hasted. Go ahead and put the effect on them. With that survival check,
do.
Balanar, you do see some footprints on the ground, but they look very different from the ones that you were tracking. These look cat-like.
I cast some armor on myself.
Okay.
Since my ring recharges at dawn, I go ahead and I cast I activate the ring of mirror image.
Okay.
Should we go in there and try to fight whatever it is?
My eyes are still shut, by the way.
Okay.
Yep, Balanar just says fuck it and walks inside, following the
Alright.
tracks.
All right. Walking in, Balanar, you see the rest of this temple. Again, more of the same. Broken down chairs, kind of toppled over. This place has been long past gone over by, at least on the surface level, by grave robbers and stuff like that. Roll me. All right. So Deimos with that perception check. Let me just check this out here.
How come Deimos didn't get fully healed?
You don't notice anything, Deimos. as you guys walk into the room.
Oh, I have. It's gonna take me about a week to get rid of all that, and it's only been I think like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Okay. You do see some areas where, like I said, there's an altar that was tipped over. There was, yeah, it's just a big rubble-filled ruin.
And I don't notice anyone in here. Do I see where the footprints go to?
There's footprints everywhere. Now that you're in there, you can see them more closely. They're large, cat-like paw prints all over this area.
So I'm gonna see if I see exactly where they lead to. I know that, or if there's like one set that leads somewhere different than just wandering around the whole place.
Okay, you're looking around, and off in the corner, you see a set of cat-like eyes just staring at you. Off in this corner.
I cast light on the captain
Okay.
and hold the captain in the air. I say, bow down.
Alright, and you guys see, with the light in the air, you guys see 2 panthers curled up next to each other, crouched in the corner of the room, just staring at you. They're like on a pile of rubble, so they're above you, and they're really, really stealthy, so they actually beat your perception check, Deimos.
So seeing them, I kind of hold out my hand and make like friendly gestures, like I mean them no harm.
Okay, they're on edge. You can see their backs kind of like
I'll help too.
crouched up, and their eyes are on you. Their claws are extended, but they're not moving.
I pull out some rations, like kind of like offering it to them, as well as some of the leftover fish that we had.
Okay, make another animal handling check. Elwin, you're helping him. How are you helping him?
I'll go ahead and grab the food with my mage hand and put it a little bit closer so he doesn't have to get too close to the beast.
Good. Balanar, animal handling with advantage. Okay. You extend the rations up to them, especially the fish. They are pretty keen on. As it gets up, they sniff it a little bit, and they rise up. And now that you can see them as they're standing, you can tell that they're a mated pair, of male and female. And they sniff at they paw at the fish that you gave them, and then one of them picks it up with his in his big jaws and drags it back, and they retreat back over the corner. And you can hear them munching on it back there.
I look at the rest of the party and I'm like, we should leave them alone.
Yeah. Let's go check out the rest of these structures.
Okay. Looking around, Kildrak, as you enter the room, I'm assuming you're going to enter the room. You definitely confirm that this was a temple to the god Merkel. Okay, where are you guys going next?
If nobody else is going to do an action, can Balanar again try to see if he tracks whatever attacked the villagers? Well, he's assuming is a Medusa at this point.
Okay, now you're starting to see these footprints a little bit more clearly in the dust of this temple. Little bits of it. The dust isn't very thick, but you can see footprints here and there, all sorts of directions, all over the place. As if this and it looks like the same creature had traveled this way, then that way, and walked this way and that way.
Alright, I nudge Balanar and like Kildrak or Elwin, whoever's really by me. I say, how about I'm gonna go to this door, I'm gonna kick it in. And if you guys want to blast whatever inside, if you feel like blasting it.
Here, I got an idea. I'm gonna point my crystal. As soon as he breaks in the door, I want to blast the 60-foot cone to blind whatever's in there.
Okay. Okay.
I got a dwarf standing on me.
Alright, you guys gonna do it?
It's not about that. I prepare a firebolt.
Okay. So who's kicking the door?
I am.
Deimos.
Alright. Roll athletics.
He just did.
Okay. So the door goes blasting open. It was a kind of broken down wooden door, but it was actually latched. But you bust it straight open and it crumbles and it splits in half and it flies across the room. You guys suddenly hear a bunch of hissing in the room in front of you, filling the room in front of you. All right. So you cast light, or you cast flare on that area, Elwin. The room becomes immediately brightened, and you guys see there. I didn't have a token for a swarm, but you guys see a ton, dozens of these red, like spiraling snakes, and you blind them, Elwin. Or you definitely illuminate the room. All right, you guys have to roll advantage right now.
I cast Firebolt on the swarm.
Okay, go ahead and target it. Okay. The first one hit, so go ahead and go with that. Okay. Your firebolt lashes out, flies through the air, and it explodes in the middle of the room, and you can see a bunch of snakes go up in fire and flame. The snakes start dashing towards you all. So
I'm gonna step back so Balanar can start whacking at him.
Okay.
Yeah, Balanar's just gonna stand in the door and like just stand there with his sword ready and on fire to hit the snakes when they come.
Okay, they a bunch of them start to swarm up to your legs, Balanar. They don't seem to be affected by the blindness actually. These snakes have blind sight. Okay, Balanar, they're gonna be attacking you. You can get a swing on them too.
With advantage or without?
Without. They're not blinded. Oh,
Are we
okay.
rolling initiative?
Well, it's just a swarm of snakes. They're like a CR1.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll damage, Balanar. Describe what happens.
Oh, now
I start cleaving at a few and I grab a few and bite their heads off. And just leave the rest all in shambles.
Yeah, in like a draconic rage, you sat there and you're just stabbing and you're letting out your frustrations, hacking pieces of snake flying everywhere. A couple of them manage to sink their teeth into you, but you're immune to poison. And you just stand there and just tear them all apart.
And I grab a few of the corpses and for later. Food,
Okay.
maybe.
Sure.
How many do you want to give me?
You get 3. Okay.
Next door?
Yeah,
above you?
next door.
All right.
How about this one? Or do you want to go that one? Same tactic.
Okay. Alright, Deimos, you gonna kick the door? Alright, you kick that door open. And you guys, Elwin, as soon as the door flies open, you let a blast of blazing energy from your crystal. And you guys are looking at a small, well, it's relatively small, but this, of all the rooms that you've seen so far, this one is the least run down. And when I say that, it means it looks like something has cleaned it up. It's kind of tidy, actually. And as the light fills the room, you look in there, and there are actually a few pieces of furniture that looks like they have been pretty deliberately placed. There's a chair in one corner next to a table. There's a desk with some papers on it, and there's a simple bed over in the other corner.
Next
Is there
room.
anything in there?
Oh yeah, I mean there's stuff in there. You'd have to go in and look closer if you want to see anything.
Roll an investigation.
Okay, roll investigation. Deimos, you can tell there's no one in the room right now.
Okay, cool.
Kildrak, with that, you walk, you look in and you see, like I said, you see some books on the desk, along with some scattered papers. You see some glints of perhaps a couple valuable objects further in. next to the
I
bed.
go after them valuable objects. But a quick question about scrolls that have spells on them. Can I copy that spell into my spell book?
Yep. If it's a spell level that you know, that you can learn, and it's a wizard spell. It takes some time, it takes some gold, but you can do it.
Okay, because I was wondering about my my scroll of, oh wait, that's a potion. Never mind.
Alright, so you guys are looking in this room. You guys see, it looks actually, like I said, it looks pretty tidy, pretty homey. The bed is pretty simple, but it's neat, and it's made nicely. On the looking around, you see several books. A couple of them are not ones that you're necessarily familiar with, but one is named has on the front a title is called Character and Consequence. Another one is off to the side. It's called Love Lost and Love Gained, and then the one that's a little has more flowery pattern picture on the front. It's called The Brave Hero and the Sapphire Rose. That's what you see, Kildrak.
What about these valuables you were talking about?
You see like a little not a box, but an area in the room. It looks like a little cove where there's a few pieces of jewelry placed. There's a gold and silver brooch. There's a silver necklace with a gemstone in it. There's a let's see, a little box of these animal cut figures made out of turquoise, and you even see a nice silk robe in the corner of the room, like a lady's robe.
I grab everything except the robe.
Okay,
Grab the robe too.
this is what you guys end up with.
Somebody should read the diary.
You've got it on
I
your
want to read
hands.
the diary.
All right, Kildrak. Shuffling through the books, you see that there's at the writing desk there's several sheets of blank paper and a pen actually, and one of the books is actually in the corner. It looks a diary, and you open it up, and inside there's a nice, neat, kind of pretty handwriting. You know who David Eddings is? Man, I've read all of David Eddings' books. Anyway, you guys, so Kildrak, you open this book, and you can see a bunch of diary entries in it, in a nice, tight, kind of pretty handwriting. Your eyes kind of drift over the dates in there, and you can tell that this is an older diary, but not terribly old. The entries stop about 2 years ago. The latest entry is about 2 years ago. And this is what you guys see. These are the highlights from the diary.
Continue exploring?
Yeah, let's see what else.
You guys can see that note I popped up for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just, it's, a diary. Nothing particularly interesting, just know we're looking for a antisocial girl who has no concept of what reality is.
Okay. You guys kick this door open, and inside this room, you immediately smell this sweet kind of pollen-like scent. As the room opens up, it's not filled with, but there's various flowering plants all placed throughout the room. They're arranged somewhat neatly. It's like they've been transplanted here.
Is this like a grave or something?
That's a room filled with flowers.
Balanar tries to use his survival skills to see if he knows what the flowers are. Don't know shit.
Yeah, you can't tell. But as you're investigating them, you're looking around and nothing really happens. But as you smell one of them, roll me a Constitution saving throw. You are fine. You get a whiff of something that makes you start to feel drowsy a little bit, but then you kind of shake your head, and it dissipates.
I touch it with the tip of the flaming sword, like, fuck you, flower.
The flower shrivels up and bursts into flame. It was this nice, pretty, like, peony looking, but it's actually like a light blue color.
Yeah, I go back towards where the panthers were, and I kind of try to talk to them and offer them some snake and be friendly with them.
Okay. You're hanging out in that room. Go ahead and roll me a perception check while you're there. That's not bad. You see over in the corner, as one of the tables that's been tipped over, you see a little bit of something shiny in the corner.
Which corner?
The bottom left.
I let out a loud whistle to see if somebody maybe with a higher perception than me, like the ranger. I'm over here.
Yeah.
I asked the ranger to go inspect the shinies.
Okay. And you find you go over there and you see underneath a layer of dirt and dust. You pull out what looks like a brass saucer with jade inlaid in it. And around, you keep digging around there. You come up with an ivory skull, a skull carved out of ivory, and some gold and some silver.
Nice.
All right.
I'm going to go back to the other rooms that we already discovered and roll investigation checks.
Okay. So I'm sharing with you guys what you have. I'm going to throw it in the party sheet. So Deimos and Ashok, you need to go.
Yeah, I'm doing 13-hour week, like hours, all day this week, so I gotta sleep.
Okay. Do the rest of you guys want to keep going, or do you want to take a break, call it here, and then pick it up next week? I'm good with either.
I can keep going. I'm fine.
You know,
think
I
we should
do
call a
have.
break because I'm feeling a bit down myself.
Kildrak, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I was saying I do have class in the morning as well, but I can go till, for another hour, comfortably.
I mean, if Euphemia is gonna go too, I mean, there's no point for three of us just to keep going.
Yeah, but I'd like to roll my investigation checks real quick.
Okay. Elwin, what'd you say?
Yeah, I have work at 6 in the morning, but I can keep going. And I already took a nap during the day.
User disconnected from your channel.
All right, Kildrak, you're looking around. Yeah, we'll play for like 5 more minutes, and then we'll call it for the night. Kildrak, what you find is that it's
Holy crap.
not terribly much more than what you guys have discovered so far. This was definitely the home of some kind of creature. The snakes, the area with the snakes, look like they were actually. You see evidence of them being fed and cared for. The flowers look like they were tended. The panthers even seem to be have gone back and forth to all these rooms, like they were befriended the other character.
There's no way I can befriend the panthers.
Are you trying to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
said-
they're pretty.
When I s-
Yeah, they're pretty friendly towards you.
Like, I hold out my hand like you would to a dog you don't know and let them sniff.
They're still wild creatures, but they're looking for more food. They sniff it when they see that there's no more fish. They kind of just lie down and go back to their lazy cat selves.
I offer them some snake.
You know, they're actually pretty good with that. They eat up some of the snakes.
I kind of try to pet one while he's eating the snake.
Roll animal handling.
Oh, nat 20. Nope.
It kind of shies away from you. Not hostile, but it just flinches back.
And I go, okay, don't worry.
Alright. Okay. I think that's where we'll call it then. You guys have some stuff tomorrow. Let's see. I can't start much earlier than we're currently starting. I could maybe do half an hour earlier if you guys were trying to do that.
Or everyone could just get here at 8 o'clock like we supposed to.
8 o'clock, I'm just getting off of work. I can't do that. At least 8 o'clock Pacific time, I can't do that.
Oh yeah, you'd be getting here right at 8:30, right, Balanar?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. If you guys need to adjust the schedule, PM me or email me or something, and we'll figure something out. You guys get. Let's see. You killed a bunch of sturge and a bunch of a swarm of snakes. So you guys probably get about 20 experience each.
And some oozes.
What
Oh yeah, you did get oozes.
The
what were their
mosquitoes.
surges? 1/16th challenge rating?
They were 1/8. Oh yeah, you got some oozes. Okay. The oozes were 100 each, so you got 300 for that. And you killed the swarm of snakes, that's right. The swarm of snakes was worth 450. Oh, check that out.
What's the XP for next level?
I
Way
think it's
too much.
100. You guys are close.
11's a big thing for a ranger. I get another durability.
How about like XP for all the resurrection and stuff?
You guys just hit level 11. I'll bump you up to 12 next game.
Have I been 11 this whole time?
Yeah, you guys hit level 11. You hit it last week. 100,000, you make it to level 12.
Oh, we're almost
How many
there,
surges
too.
did we kill?
You killed 12 of them.
Wait, what about the fireball that like scared off the 100? Or killed the 100? Or did it just scare them?
Oh, wait, he killed them. Alright. Let's see what 200 Sturges would have been worth.
Not that much.
5,000.
They'd be worth 5,000?
We just leveled up.
No,
Yeah,
5,000
but we were
total.
level 10 forever.
No, that's 5,000 total, not 5,000 per.
So from that, we'd each get like almost 1,000.
Yeah. You guys got about 1,000 each. Oops, I think I just froze Fantasy Ground.
Yeah, then plus the swarm and the couple of oozes is about 900, 1,000.
I just tried to input 200 Sturges, and Fantasy Ground locked up. Oh, there it is, okay.
Fantasy Grounds is like, are you crazy?
Okay, so, here's your guys' experience. You guys all get 958 XP each. Okay?
Cool. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Same time, same place. And we'll see where you guys go next.
Does I got volley for
User disconnected from your channel.
11th level. Does it stack with extra attack?
let me see
User
here.
disconnected from your channel.
Volley, 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 volley. I don't see it in your thing.
User disconnected
It's
from
called
your channel.
multi-attack.
Ranger archetype feature. Use your action to make a ranged attack against any number of creatures within 10 feet of a point. You can see with your weapon's range. You must have ammunition for each target as a number target. I think it happens once. Yeah, you can use your action to make a ranged attack against any number of creatures within 10 feet of a point you can see. So basically, if there's like 10 creatures there, you use your full action, and then you attack them all once.
But then I get an extra attack, right?
No, this takes your action.
I wonder what extra attack says. Or
Extra
you take
attack. Yeah, to get the extra attack, you have to take the attack action. You just say, I'm going to use my action to attack, and then you get the extra attack. Here, you have to use your action to volley instead. I mean, you get, and depending on how many creatures are there, 10 feet of a point, 10-foot radius, that's, you could get like, 5 creatures, so 5 attacks.
That's still a pretty good ability even without the extra attack.
Yeah. And, your only other choice is Whirlwind, so.
Yeah, no, I'm a specialized archer.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're not 12 yet, right?
Not yet. Next week you'll be at 12.